Chaotic scenes at this year's White House Correspondents' Dinner as U.S. President Donald Trump was rushed off stage after shots were fired in the hotel where the event was taking place. Trump and the cabinet members who attended are all safe and the suspect is in custody. Here's what we know about how the incident unfolded. By 8 p.m., the ballroom at the Washington Hilton Hotel was full of guests awaiting the night's festivities. 16 minutes later, the U.S. President and First Lady took to the stage. So far, so normal. At 8:34 p.m., Trump is seen conversing with American mentalist Oz Perlman, who appears to be showing him a magic trick. And here's where the night takes an unexpected turn. Outside that room, at the security perimeter, a man is caught on video charging through a Secret Service checkpoint. In the footage, which was later posted to the president's Truth Social account, Secret Service members can be seen drawing their weapons and pointing them off-screen in the direction of the assailant.
Just maybe 3, 4, 5 feet away from me, there's a gunshot, a whole bunch of gunshots, and someone firing.
Back at the dinner, as President Trump makes conversation, a loud noise is heard in the background, followed by what sounds like several gunshots. A look of shock clearly passes over First Lady Melania Trump's face. 11 seconds after the first noise was heard, security services personnel surround the president. On the other end of the stage, security reach Vice President J.D. Vance, who had been seated close to the end, and immediately rush him away. Seconds later, the Secret Service continues to encircle the president and takes him off stage.
Hey, is he on the stage still? Hey, where are we at?
In the moments that follow, members of Trump's cabinet, including Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Homeland Security Markwayne Mullin, and Speaker of the House of Representatives Mike Johnson, are seen being escorted through the hotel to safety. Back inside the ballroom, the shocked guests sheltered at their tables. CNN's Sarah Seidner filming this as she did so.
There was a loud noise. There was a very loud bang. We're not sure what it is.
Attendees, including CNN's Manu Raju and Brian Stelter, trying to make out what had happened.
It's unmistakable. It sounded like gunshots that we heard.
The shooter was stopped on the floor above the ballroom. At 8:52 p.m., this video was filmed by eyewitness Bill Frischling, showing the suspect lying face down on the ground, shirtless and in handcuffs. Sources tell CNN he has been identified as a 31-year-old male from California. It's believed he was working alone. Almost an hour later, a motorcade believed to be carrying President Trump departed the Washington Hilton. Still later, upon returning to the White House, the president held a press conference, praising law enforcement and calling the presidency a, quote, dangerous profession.
It comes with the territory. And if you want to do a great job, I really believe that.
Everyone is obsessing about the breach at the Washington Hilton, but nobody wants to talk about the man with the gun, Cole Allen. Why? Because Cole Allen is a liberal's dream on paper. He's 31. He's from Torrance, California, with a master's in computer science. He's a CalTech grad, a NASA fellow, and get this, he was a teacher of the month. This isn't some guy they could write off as uneducated. This guy is a product of their own elite system. And here's the part the mainstream media is trying to bury. FEC records show that Cole Allen was a donator to the Kamala Harris campaign. If this guy had donated 25 cents to the mega campaign, the media would be indicting every Republican in the country this morning as an accomplice. But because he's one of yours, because he's a scientist and a teacher, and he spends his time designing first-person shooter video games like First Law, the news cycle is suddenly real quiet about his motives. What's wrong with you people? You spend years screeching about threats to democracy and radicalization, while you ignore the monster in your own faculty. You fed this man a diet of resistance vitriol until he decided to turn his digital combat games into a real-world assassination attempt on President Trump. You can't blame this on poverty. You can't blame this on lack of education. This is your culture. This is your donor. This is your teacher of the month. Rushing a Secret Service checkpoint with multiple weapons. Stop looking for lone wolves in the woods and start looking at your own people that you're putting in front of the classrooms. Say the name Cole Allen and look at the silence from the left. It tells you everything that you need to know.